Welcome everybody back to Nine's Corner. Thank you so much to everybody who's taken the time to like, subscribe, and to leave a comment. I appreciate it so much. And in my last couple of videos, I might have been a little bit quiet, but that's because I was doing it in the nighttime and I was trying to not wake up the family. So I'm louder now, hopefully. So today I decided that I'm going to do 3 little mini tarot readings for the coronavirus. Because first I'd like to look at the coronavirus, where it started, then do a coronavirus 3, 6, and 9 months out, and then look at Donald Trump because he's going to be on the news tonight. So I'd be interested to see, is he going to maintain his everything is okay here, even though we have nobody doing anything. So we'll see. Let's just have a look into it. So first, I want to look into the coronavirus and where it started. So in China, there's a lot of disease, because you're looking at a huge population. They have smog, and they have the Chinese government, who I'm not 100% sure if they tell the truth. So there's 2 thoughts. That one, it originated with bats, and that would be coming from nature. And the other thought is that the Chinese government was involved in some way. So I just thought we'd do a reading just to see where the coronavirus actually started with, and then go with the 3, 6, 9 months to see how it's going to affect everybody. So let's get started. Okay. At the base of it, we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a thought. It's an inspiration. So this is telling me that this is not something that was from nature. This was not from the bats. This was put into the bats because it was a thought from somebody. Going over it, we have the Ten of Swords. So what's going against what they thought, what they originally was planned, and what their good thought was, they didn't realize that it was going to affect on a world stage. And there's so many swords here. There's so many aspects. It's not just the fact that they're killing people. It's the economy. It's how it's traveling through the world, and the effect of the fear. I mean, you know, if you look at this virus, they say it's very similar to influenza. Most people, 80%, don't even have symptoms, and those who do have mild ones. So it's people with compromised immune systems that are really ill affected, the young, the old. And so it's really a fear-based thing when, you know, you hear it all over the news and they're just talking about it, when in reality, you know, we lose more people every day from the common cold. So I think we have to step back. We have to prepare, do what's right, you know, listen to those in the government who are speaking from science and from truth to cover ourselves. But I think we all got to, you know, stop putting our hand on the panic button, because appreciate that newscasters today, they're not just there to tell the news. They're there to get clicks. They're there to create an audience and to make money. So even with them trying to tell the news, there's something behind it. So everybody has an agenda. So underneath this, we have the Hermit card. So this is definitely them having an idea that they want to keep to themselves. This was meant to be undercover. On top, we have the Two of Wands. So this is relationships. So there's probably more people involved than just the government. There might be, you know, even outside of China, you know, there may be world powers or groups that are actually talking about it, because this is relationships, and definitely looking at 2 paths. Which one are you going to go down? And they went down the path of this virus. In the past, we have the moon. So this was definitely something that was meant to be concealed. This was done in the dark of night. There was definitely human intervention here. It didn't come from nature. It was probably put into the bats. In the future, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is going to cost money. This is going to cost lives. This is going to hurt the economy, and it's going to be big. Now, I'm not talking about economies or world economies falling apart. I'm just saying that, you know, it's going to have a few months before people start feeling safe eating in a Chinese restaurant or products coming overseas. You know, you can't help but question it. I mean, if you go to eat rice, you're kind of... So it's so fear-based. And the fact that, you know, they have an idea of the disease and how it's transmitted, you know, and it can be on surfaces. I mean, it's transmitted through droplets. So coughing, sneezing, and touching your hand and then touching your face. So, you know, we have to kind of look at it and use common sense things that you do every day anyway, or you should be doing every day anyway. So underneath this, we have the Queen of Cups. So they definitely wanted to... they definitely wanted to put the poison out there. There was involvement in putting this out there. I don't know that they meant for it to come outside of that bubble. They might have. How people see it is the Tower. So those around the world are looking at this, and it's causing a lot of fear. Until they can come up with a vaccination, I think it's causing a lot of fear because they're watching it travel, and the newscasters are really fear-mongering everything about it. So we have to use common sense and keep our peace. Again, their fear is the High Priestess, that they have a secret and they don't want it coming out. The end result is the Two of Cups. So this is good. This means that people are going to work together to find the solution, to look into finding a vaccination. And this is a very positive ending for this. So, you know, it really does look like it wasn't just a man-made, something that came from nature. It definitely looks like it was something that was man-made. So I think China was involved, and I think there was other maybe countries and other people that were in the know about it. Be interesting to see if we're going to find out if this is over time going to come out. So now I'm just going to look at the coronavirus. So let's look at it 3, 6, and 9 months out to see how it's going to affect on a world stage. So 3. Sorry, I need to move that. 3, 6, and 9. So we have the King of Swords. So within the next 3 months, there will be a vaccination found. This is somebody with intellect who's looking into it. And definitely this will happen. I'm not good with timings, but this will happen sooner rather than later. So before the summer, they will have a vaccination. It'll probably happen over the next 3 months. 6 months out, we have the Knight of Cups. So in 6 months, you may see another little resurgence of the numbers elevating, but it's going to be a mild one. And by this time, with the Knight of Cups, we have a vaccination and we have means to take care of it because they'll have a greater understanding by this point. 9 months down the road, we have the Seven of Swords. So I wouldn't be surprised that if in 9 months they're looking to see where did this come from. Maybe we're going to hear some things about it because they have the information, but they've left some clues along the way that I think in 9 months we're going to start hearing about China and about what their possible involvement was. So I think, you know, in the next 3 months, they will have a vaccination that will that will be able to take care of the virus, the same as they did with SARS and Ebola and stuff like that. So right now, I'm going to do my third little quick reading, and we're going to look into Donald Trump, because I'm really worried that he's going to get out his little magic marker and get on television and say, like he has been, don't worry about it. The U.S. has this covered. Everything's okay. I just like to see, like, what is his message going to be? What is his thought process going to be? Has anybody been able to, get him to think twice about it? So let's look into Donald Trump. Two of Pentacles. So he is so going to toe the line. He's going to try to balance out the truth from the scientists with what he wants. His concern is money, the stock market. And I mean, I know everybody keeps saying, oh, don't worry about the stock market. It doesn't affect people. Well, it does. Even, not just the rich people. If you have any kind of retirement, if you're into any kind of company where they have a 401k or any of that kind of stuff, that does play into the market. So Donald Trump is definitely more concerned about the economy and about money and how that looks. And I would hope that people would look at this when he's up there talking, when he's not concerned about people dying and he's concerned about lying about what we can see, that the stock market did take a hit. But to Donald Trump, no, that's not true. It's like there's this reality and then there's this Donald Trump reality. So, yeah, Two of Swords. He is closing his eyes to this. He does not want to acknowledge it. Anything that in any way makes him think or feel that he's not the best, he has to lie about it. He can't help himself. So regardless of the situation, he's just going to maintain and use, these are his thoughts, what he thinks about it, and not what scientists think. So he is going to toe what he's been saying all along. And we have the Six of Cups. So unfortunately, his fellow Republicans, the majority of them, are going to support him. They are going to continue to walk that fine line so that they don't say that Donald Trump's a liar, or they don't say that Donald Trump is not telling the truth. They're going to support him. So unfortunately, I think we're going to see another shit show tonight with Donald Trump, and he's not going to do what needs to be done to make people feel at ease. So one thing I will say, and I have said it in previous videos, what you think you attract. So I'm really nervous about how much Donald Trump is on Fox News, MSNBC, CNN. You turn on YouTube, he's there. He's on Twitter. He's everywhere. And so we're always calling on him, thinking about him. And I'm afraid that we're attracting him into our lives because we're not saying, no, stop. We need to think about what's best for the U.S. or what's best for the world, because the U.S. automatically affects the world. So I would love for everybody to take the time to, think about the pleasantries, having money coming in, having a good economy, having good health care, having good things coming, and feel that feeling and picture it. Stop thinking about Donald Trump. Start thinking about what you want to see positively happening in your life. And once you start attracting that and thinking about that, Donald Trump will just fall off the wayside anyway, because he's a negative entity. And, he has a purpose. He was meant to become president so that everybody would waken and look at what's actually happening, because we are seeing that underneath everything, there's some scary things to look at. Donald Trump is not the Hitler that came in and switched everything around. A lot of this was already bubbling underneath the ground. Donald Trump just, gave it a little shovel and opened it up. So this is a time for them to rally and get the truth out there and push Donald Trump back to The Apprentice, maybe? I don't know. So that's my reading. I hope it's clear and crisp so that you can hear me. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Wishing you light for your darkness. Have a great day.